know who I be. Snap my Steve. Fuck going on? Yes, Lord. Yeah, man. Coming here again. Power rankings round 22, part 2. For the second installation of the power rankings, bro. After trying, I hope y'all enjoyed it last week. I'm about to bring it back, run it again this week. See how y'all like it, man. See the changes in the form. A couple different position changes on this ladder. So let's just get into it, man. Start from the bottom to the top, just like we did last time, man. So we're gonna start at 18. No change here at the 18th spot, the bottom of the ladder. West Coast 1-5 in the last 5, 1-9 in the last 10, and they lost this week to Frio at Alpha Stadium. So, but it wasn't too bad of an ass whoop, to be honest with you. And just off the fact that I don't think it was good enough for them to rise at all. But yeah, I think they'll still be deserving of the 18th spot as far as this week's power rankings go. At 17, we also have no change here in North. They weren't too bad this past game, man. Ben Cunnington was able to come back, bro. It was a great moment. Great to see him get around him. At the end of the day, they didn't win the game, bro. 1-4 in the last 4, 1-9 in the last 10. So at the end of the day, North, you're just gonna have to win games for you to move up, bro. You have nowhere to go but up, bro. I mean, you can move down, but it's not really too much difference down there at the bottom, bro. And at 16, we'll have GWS following in the same spot that they did last week as well. So no change in the bottom 3, lower 6th of the ladder, if you will. GWS is 1-4 in the last 5 and 3-7 in the last 10. Lost this week to the Western Bulldogs, and they weren't just. It was a terrible game, to be honest, bro. It wasn't too much action going on, bro. Especially from GWS side, it was a low-scoring affair, and just wasn't very entertaining footy at all. It was kind of hard to watch, to be honest. So I don't think they played too bad to be below North due to them not getting smoked. But I don't know. Would have lost if they would have lost by a little bit more. North probably could have took them over. But as safe this week, still cracking the bottom 3 though. So next we got Saints. So St. Kilda drops down 2 spots in my power rankings to 15. And this might be a little controversial one, considering they were still in the game and they were a little competitive in Brisbane. They had Marcus Wittenhager, who was a Rising Stars nominee this week, and it was just some young talent that looked good. But Max King, bro, they just had too many missed goals, too many points left on the board, and I think teams that were below them on the ladder performed a little bit better this week. Not securing the win was a big part of Saints not being, moving down actually 2 spots on this part this week. So yeah, Max King, I think 0-5 goal kicking, missed point blank goals right in front of the goal square, bro. It was kind of sad, bro. So yeah, they definitely, I don't have any problem with them being down there, bro. 2-3 in the last 5 and 3-7 in the last 10. So they're not moving up. Got another tough game next week. So good luck to the Saints, man, moving up on the ladder, bro. 14, we have Port. They move up 1. They're one of the ones who jumped the Saints this week. They're 1-4 in the last 4, in the last 5, excuse me, and 3-7 in the last 10. And Port really came off a good win this week, great win actually. I'm sure they were very relieved to see that performance. They whooped Essendon ass by, I believe, about 84. And it was a complete domination, bro, to be honest, bro. So shout out to Port. They're doing the thing, finishing strong towards the end of the season, bro, trying to gain some momentum going into next year after a disappointing campaign this year. And they have been slipping a little bit this last couple weeks. Port's good at 14, bro. Now we're gonna go at Carlton with 13. This could be a little controversial because of the loss, but they were also jumped the Saints last week. 1-4 in the last 5, which is not good, and 4-6 in the last 10. So it's not good at all, but I think they did play great. They had Melbourne this week, and they really were up on Melbourne, had the lead with 1 minute to go, and just completely folded and made a couple bad decisions, and there all of a sudden the game was over, bro, before they even knew it. So I definitely don't think they played bad. It was really game of the year level footy, bro. It was very good. I think both teams could have played a little bit better, but the defense was there. And so for that, I'll put Carlton moving up 1 spot. I'm not mad if I get a little flack for Port not being above Carlton, because I can definitely see that too. But it's just the difference in level of competition, I think, and that's what had it for me. So at the 12th spot, I have Essendon. Essendon was 10 last week, and now they moved down to 12, down 2 spots to 12. The last 5 to 2 and 3, last 10, They are 5-5, bro. We've been, this is a complete asshole. Like I just said, they got their ass whooped by Port, bro, and it didn't look like they lived up to the challenge. They had too many times this year where they just get smoked and smoked and smoked, and they were coming off like decent form coming off the second half of the season, but then now they're just, this loss just completely reverts them back to what they were doing at the beginning of the season, bro, and they just look very similar to the team that was just completely getting their ass whooped and getting outclassed. Essendon, this ass whoop was so bad, bro, the president resigned, bro, so that'll tell you a lot right there. So I definitely am not mad with bringing them down 2 spots, bro. A couple teams above them also got their ass whoops, but I think this ass whoop was probably the worst out of all of them, considering the level of competition and just the manner of the way the footy was played, bro. So above Essendon, I have Gold Coast at the 11th spot. They were 11 last week, so they're staying firm where they were at. They got smoked, but it was to Geelong, who was the best team currently in the competition. No shame in that at all. Yeah, but they definitely didn't play well enough to move up. But they definitely didn't play bad, like terribly, to move down, considering just the recent form of the other teams below them on the ladder. So that's where I'm gonna go with Gold Coast. Well, Gold Coast is 1-4 of the last 5, so they have been struggling a little bit, and 4-6 of the last 10. So it's boys kind of struggling, bro. They definitely are struggling, and I've been disappointed. And I'll say it again, bro, just like I did last video. Another loss, bro. You want to see Gold Coast finish strong, bro, considering that they have the strong starts, and then just everything else towards the end of the season or even in the middle just doesn't really come with quite the same intensity that they have in the beginning of the season for whatever reason, bro. Maybe the gruel and grind, night in, night out, footy, training, working. Maybe that's just the maturity of the group that they need to work on that. Because the talent is there. They have decent talent over there, I'm not going to lie. Yeah, Hawthorn at the 10th spot, bro. They moved down 1 from last week. They were at 9. Last 5, they are 3-2 now. They just lost this last game. They're not too bad, at least as far as recent form. This loss, they did, I believe, lose to Richmond, so no shame in that. Richmond's one of the hottest teams in the competition, bro. They're playing well, bro. And Richmond's coming scary, bro, coming into finals. So I don't hold that at all over the Hawks, bro. Hawks have been competitive before this last game. They were 4-1 in the last 5, so they have been able to put up at least competitive games, but I will say it was against tougher lesser competition. So now that they come across Richmond and they get smoked a little bit, it's kind of showing where they at a little bit, and I think they do deserve to drop down on the power rankings. So for that, I will drop them 1 spot. Adelaide is at 9, who are risers from the 12th spot last week, so they're up 3 spots. So shout out to Adelaide. We'll go ahead and give them 1 rise for each win that they have on the win streak. So they have 3 on the trot, as my Aussies say. And yeah, 3-2 of the last 5, 5-5 for the last 10. So they're finishing the season strong, bro. This is something that the young group like Adelaide would definitely be proud of. At least finishing the season strong and not giving up, even beating teams that are above them on the ladder. So I definitely am impressed with Adelaide, the way that they're doing things. Fuck Tex Walker though. And so yeah, they definitely are deserving, I think, to jump 3 spots on the ladder, bro. They've been holding it down. They've been playing tough, and I'm definitely wouldn't mind watching Adelaide games even next week, bro. So at the 8th spot we have the Dogs, bro. The Dogs are staying at 8 just like they did last week. It was a really ass game, bro, and I wouldn't even be mad to put Adelaide above the Dogs on this, because the game was just not entertaining, like I said, bro. Dogs are 3-2 of the last 5, 5-5 of the last 10. So Marcus Bontempelli had his moments, bro, this game. I'll say he kind of put the team on his back, showed leadership, and kind of snatched the game when the team needed it most. But all in all, I'm not too impressed with this performance by the Dogs, bro. Not enough to move up, and could have potentially moved down, but I'll give them the grace, even though they play at GWS, bro. But let's go ahead and just keep them at the 8th spot, man. So at the 7th spot, I have Melbourne, who is 3-2 of the last 5 and 5-5 of the last 10. So Melbourne is staying at the 7th spot. They could have, like I said, they could have very well lost this game, bro. They did pull out some late game heroics, Kazi Pickett, Jake Lever, and you know, good on them boys to do that, bro. I think they very well could have lost the game, should have lost the game. So I can't move them up, considering this is already the 7th spot, and the top 6 teams on the form ladder are just playing better than Melbourne, I think, and winning by more of a decisive deficit. So I want to go ahead and give Melbourne the 7th spot, bro. Now Fremantle, I have it the 6th spot. This is down 1 spot. they'll take Richmond's spot this week. And even though they won, they have to move down because they won by West Coast, but it was kind of not as dominant as I would have liked. Even though Sean Darcy did dominate, I think he's had 57 hitouts, bro, 4th most by a Fremantle player ever in their short history. So he was definitely being able to do things down there, but we know that the ruck right now isn't West Coast's strongest position. So I am surprised by the number, but not too surprised by he was one of the players dominating. But yeah, 2-2-1 in the last 5, 6-3-1 in the last 10. So they have been holding it down. They have been winning games. They've been keeping afloat. And yeah, they look good. They look good coming into finals. They're, I think, one of the teams that people's really talking about that I think could do some damage. But they can falter at times. So I don't think they quite did enough to be in the top 5 this week. And going into the top 5, I have Richmond. So Richmond and Freo flip-flop this week. I think Richmond had a very good win, great win if I don't say myself. They move up 1 spot. The last 5, they 1-3, they lost 1, and they tied 1, or drew 1, and then there's 6-3-1 in the last 10. So they've been holding it down, bro. They've been winning their games. They've been looking impressive, bro. Creating turnovers, brother. Forward's been looking good, bro. Midfield been looking good, bro. Defense been there. So they look like one of the more complete teams, bro. The fact that they lost to North is really the only thing that's keeping them down. But they're looking great even since then. So I am proud. Tom Lynch had 8 fucking goals, and he really could have had more than that, but he stuck with 8 that whole game. But Richmond's them boys, man. I hate to see them. If I was in the bottom 4, bro, of the 8, so 5 through 8, I wouldn't want to see them boys at all. So next we have Brisbane at the 4th spot. They're staying pat where they were last week. Last 5, 4-1. Last 10, 6-3. So they have been winning games, bro. Nobody really been talking about Brisbane. They've been doing it quietly. And yeah, Cam Rayner had a hell of a game, bro. So if there's a difference maker like Cam Rayner can end up breaking the game open in finals, bro, it'll be kind of crazy, bro. Because I didn't know him to be this type of player. He's turning up, and you have Zach Bailey, who's obviously has the same ability to break the game open, and then you have the crazy midfield, McCluggage and Lockie Neal. So they've been playing great, bro. So I can't take nothing away from them boys. Defense does look a little sus sometimes, bro, but Brisbane been able to win despite that. So shout out to them boys. Can't drop them at all. It's debatable if Richmond could be above Brisbane at the moment, and I wouldn't be mad if you do, but maybe one more week could prove it to me. At the 3rd spot, I have Collingwood, who moves down 1 spot, as you would imagine, because they lost to Sydney, and both of them are in the top 3. So it was a good matchup, bro. Collingwood has to move down, though, because of the loss, even though they have 9 wins out of the last 10 games and 4 wins out of the last 5 games. I think this was just obvious, bro. I don't think they moved down far enough because of the competition that they played. They played Sydney, so they don't have to move far down. I don't think. But because they've been hot, bro. They've been hot, and they've been in games, bro. They got beat by I think like 20 plus, but Sydney looked good, bro. Sydney, might as well talk about Sydney too. So Sydney is in the 2nd, so I have them flip flopping. Sydney's at the 2 spot, bro. It's just Sydney has the difference makers, bro. And they were able to beat Collingwood at their own game. I think they were able to kind of expose them, and they kind of had Collingwood looking frantic at moments during the game, bro. Collingwood does embrace the kind of the what do you want to call it, the chaos ball or whatever, or the spilled balls, the 50-50 balls. They like that type of game, bro. I think Sydney was able to take advantage of them boys, bro. And it wouldn't be right if Collingwood stayed above Sydney, man. So Sydney has to be at them 2 spot, 5-0 the last 5, 8-2 in the last 10. Not better than Collingwood in that last 10, but better than them last game. So that's what matters, man. So shout out to them Bloods, man. And obviously number 1 has to be Geelong, man. They haven't lost yet. 10-0 the last 10, 5-0 the last 5, bro. Handle business this week again, even though Jeremy Cameron got hurt, unfortunately. So we'll be interested to see how that happens, bro. I think a hamstring is what they're saying. I think he has a little history of that too. So hopefully nothing too bad, nothing too serious, but Geelong, bro, looking like the real deal, man. Looking like the best team of the comp, if I must say so, man. So let me know what you think about that. Do you agree? Do you disagree? Let me know in the comments who you think should replace who, or you know what I'm saying, what order do you think the team should be ranked as far as recent form and power rankings. So even if I left out anything interesting, bro, let me know Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, all the YouTube shit, man. We got the Patreon. Can't stress it enough, man. If you want to fuck with us on some monetary gains, man, if you want to support us financially, man, just let us look in the link in the bio, man. Got the links to it. Got all our social media and the links to Grovetown Pirates social media, STEEZ TheDon social media and all that, bro. Even if you're interested in finding just Americans in footy, bro. There's a group that's tagged in that bio as well. So yeah, I appreciate y'all, man. We'll see y'all later on this week.